Hello everyone and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. I'm G, and we have diverged from the main storyline once again, as we delayed putting the phone to Kaguri's ear to give her her memories back and to erase Kurisu. And for some reason that changed to the world line that we were on, so that's cool. The dizziness stopped. The room was pitch black. There was no one there but me. Even Suzaha, who should have been living here, was gone. Daru, Mayuri, Ferris, Ruka, and Kaguri too. Everyone was gone. I was so tired and sleepy. I clutched my smartphone and laid down on the sofa. I closed my eyes, too tired to think. Oh, Kareem! Wake up, it's lunchtime! Someone was shaking me softly.
Oh, Green, you're sleeping too much. Kaguri will be here soon.
Kaguri? The second I heard her name, my mind snapped back into alertness. I forced myself to sit up. I was sitting on the sofa in the lab. Outside the window, it was bright.
Oh, you're finally up. Oh, Green.
Yeah. Mayuri nodded, satisfied, and left my side. I took a look around the room. The table was covered in notebooks and textbooks that seemed to belong to Mayuri. She was probably doing her homework. I could see Daru's huge back hunched over the PC. The monitor was displaying a cute anime character. He seemed to be playing another H game. From the look of things, the only people in the lab were him, me, and Mayuri. The time on my phone said it was just before noon, which meant I'd been asleep for more than 10 hours. Oh no, I must have passed out before I checked to see if the world line had changed. I listened for a moment and I could hear the usual bustling of Akihabara outside. There was no sign of Stratfor. That alone made me feel relieved.
Oh, Green, you look like you were having a bad dream. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Want some barley tea? You shouldn't have Dr. Pira after you get up, right?
Yeah, tea's fine.
Okay, got it.
Mayuri went to the kitchen.
Oh, there aren't any clean cups. Just give me a second, I'll wash one.
I'm fine. No hurry.
Oh, Maishi, I'd like some tea too.
Okay.
This all felt like an old memory. It seemed like ages ago when I'd last had a normal conversation like this. But this was no time to be sentimental. While Mayuri was washing the cup, I needed to get things straight in my head. There was a world line change, right? In the end, I'd hesitated at the last second. If Kaguri, or perhaps Kurisu, hadn't stopped me, maybe the world line wouldn't have changed and Stratfor would have caught us. But change it did. I could still feel the lingering sensations from my reading Steiner, so I was sure of it. From the look of things, Mayuri and Daru were the same as ever, and the immediate danger was gone. The reason for the change was probably the deletion of Kurisu's memories from within Kaguri. Those memories must have included something that dealt with the time machine, which meant that their existence was important enough to control whether or not the world line changed. And I deleted them. No, it could be the opposite too. Maybe even if Maho's program hadn't worked right and the memory rewrite failed, the world line would have changed anyway? Unlike last summer, it wasn't clear what was making the world line change now. The first thing I needed to do was see if Kaguri's memories had been successfully rewritten.
Here you go.
At the same time as I decided on my plan, Mayuri brought me a cup on a tray.
I'll get some barley tea now, okay?
She put the tray on the table and headed for the fridge. I looked and saw that there were 4 cups on the tray. 4? Mayuri, why are there 4 cups?
Huh? Guess Kaguri's gonna want some too.
That's right, Kaguri. Kaguri's coming?
She just sent me a message online. She'll be here soon.
I see. What's she coming over for?
You called her. You sent everybody a message on Ryan yesterday and said we all needed to meet here at noon. It's our third meeting to try and come up with a new way to get her memories back. It's you, me, and Kaguri-tan. Not that we've had any luck so far, though.
I called her.
Maybe she wants to help too, but I've got work today.
I could hear Mayuri apologizing from the kitchen.
I hope she gets her memories back soon. It must be sad not to remember anything except the recent past.
You didn't remember anything except the recent past? What was going on? Mayuri should still have her memories from when she was a kid. Maybe trying to rewrite her memories had actually deleted them?
Real green, here you go!
Mary handed me a cup filled with barley tea. Oh, thanks. I took the cup, trying my best to hide my internal shock.
I'll leave yours here, Daru.
Thanks.
I gulped down the tea, stood up from the sofa, and went over to Daru. Daru.
What's up?
I lowered my voice so that Mayuri couldn't hear. Did the memory rewrite for Kaguri succeed? Or did it fail? Daru looked at me for a moment confused.
What are you talking about?
Huh? That wasn't the answer I expected. I'm asking if we succeeded in deleting Kurzu's memories from Kaguri's brain.
What movie is that? It sounds scary. Are you finally back to the old you?
What? I froze for a moment. Daru didn't look like he was lying. He had no reason to lie anyway. Did that mean that in this world line, Kurzu's memories had never been implanted in Kaguri? Come with me!
What? I'm playing an H game right now.
Just come with me! I dragged Daru outside the room, leaving a very confused Mayuri behind.
Oh, it's cold. Okay, now you trying to kill me?
Just be quiet and help me out for a minute. I want to check some things. He must have sensed that I was being serious, because after a moment's surprise, he nodded silently. Is Kaguri missing her memories right now?
That's right, I've said that a bunch of times.
Including her memories of the future, before she got on the time machine.
Yes, all she remembers is what's happened lately. If she remembered the future, we could at least tell Mayushi who she really was.
You're telling me that Mayuri doesn't know Kaguri is her daughter, right?
Yep. You decided to keep it a secret.
Which means the only people who know that Kaguri is from the future are...
Me, you, and Suzuha.
Is that all?
That's all, unless you told someone.
I see. Sorry, I must not really be awake yet. I had a dream I'm mixing up with reality.
Don't worry about it. I live in a dream 24 hours a day, baby. And anyway, it felt like forever since I've seen you so excited about something.
Instead of answering, I took a second to think. It seemed like there were three main differences with Kaguri in this world line. 1, she didn't have Kurzu's memories. 2, she didn't have her own memories of her childhood. 3, only me, Daru, and Suzuha knew who Kaguri really was. In other words, Mayuri didn't know that Kaguri was her daughter. Am I back? This Kaguri seemed closer to the one I'd met before I jumped to the Alpha World line. Everything seemed mostly the same as before, including the fact that we were trying to get back her memories. Did this mean that a second world line change had sent me back to the old one? If I had the divergence meter, I could tell, but... I was starting to think like I used to. I chuckled at myself. I should stop. I decided to have nothing to do with the time machine or the time leak machine. All I could do was help Kaguri get her memories back.
Kaguri, you've been acting kind of weird for a bit, you know?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
I hope so. Anyway, it's really cold. Can I go back in?
Yeah, I'm cold too. Daru and I raced back inside the room. When I got back, I could just barely make out Mayuri's voice.
Searching for one thing. Laughter of the stars. Shining on the wind. If you reach out, you can grab it.
Mayuri hadn't noticed us come back in. She was putting her textbooks into her bag, and it sounded like she was also singing a song. What song is that?
Huh?
It was only then that she realized I was there.
Oh, welcome back. It's called Outside. What were you guys talking about?
You were just talking about the season's anime.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what was that song?
Oh, was I singing it? Searching for one thing. The laughter of the stars.
I don't actually know what the tune is for this song, so I'm just improvising.
Shining on the wind. If you reach out, you can grab it.
I heard something fall near the front entrance. At some point, Kaguri had opened the front door. She was standing there with a shocked expression, her mouth opening and closing. Her bag was lying at her feet. She must have dropped it in surprise when she came in. But did anything that surprising happen?
Oh, Kaguri! Do-do-do! Huh? That song. I recognize it. Huh?
Do you?
That song is...
Kaguri was trying to point at Mayuri, but shaking too much to do it.
That song...
She fell to the floor like a puppet with its strings cut.
Kaguri!
Kaguri!
Searching for one thing. The laughter of the stars. Shining on the wind. You reach out, you can grab it. Mommy? Where is it, Kaguri? What song is that? It's a really important song. What kind of song? It's a song to make people smile when they're crying, maybe. Is it important to make people smile when they're crying? It's also important, but that's not all. This is the song that brought you and me together. This song is the reason we met. So if it weren't for that song, you might not be my mommy? I don't want that. Oh, sorry. That's not what I meant. I'll always be your mommy, no matter what. But, I want you to remember this song, Kaguri. The day when you meet someone really important to you. So when they're crying, you can make them smile. Come on, sing it with me, okay? Searching for one thing, the laughter of the stars. Searching for one thing, the laughter of the stars. You're really good. Now the next part is... Mommy? Where are you, Mommy? Where'd you go? Mommy? 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 No. Don't go. Mommy!
I wet a towel at the sink and put it on Kaguri's forehead as she lay on the sofa. She looked like she was having a nightmare. Her breathing was shallow and pained. She still wasn't awake.
You think she's okay?
don't know. She just collapsed out of nowhere after all. It had been about 5 minutes ago when she'd arrived, and then immediately collapsed. Daru and Mayuri and I had someone manage to get her over to the sofa.
Wait, isn't it putting a wet towel on someone's forehead what you do when they've got a high fever? It doesn't look like she's got a fever at all. Does this work on people who've just passed out?
It's not like we've got a better option. I don't know of any other things we can do. Neither Daru nor I had the knowledge required to handle this situation. But since Kaguri had no insurance card and no residency certificate, taking her to a hospital felt like a bad idea. All we could do was wait for her to wake up.
Mommy.
I heard her whisper something.
You just said mommy.
We both put our ears closer to her mouth.
Oh. Don't go. Mommy.
She suddenly jerked upwards. The two of us just barely managed to avoid getting a headbutt.
That was close. Wait, no. Missed my chance to do something naughty to Kaguri-tan and not get blamed for it. Stupid. I'm so stupid.
I ignored Daru, who was bashing his head against the floor in frustration, and spoke to Kaguri. You okay?
Okay.
Kaguri seemed confused, and it took her a moment to realize that he was lying on the sofa.
Huh? Was I asleep? Why?
Don't remember. You saw me?
You saw Maishi the minute you got here, then fainted.
When I looked at Mayuri?
I realized that her tone had changed since the world line switch. More precisely, it had switched. It was back to how it was when I first met her. He seemed to know the song she was singing.
Song? Oh! That's right, that song. I know that song. I've heard it somewhere, a long, long time ago when I was a little kid.
Oh, for the win! There's only a sign that her memories are gonna come back.
Where's Mayuri? Where'd she go? I have to get her to tell me about that song.
Her eyes darted around the lab. You had to go to work at May Queen, so she left as soon as you got here.
He was really worried about you.
I'm really sorry. He asked me to come in for the lunch shift today, and I really can't miss it. Mayuri and Daru, take care of Kaguri for me, okay? I see.
Is there anything else you remembered? Doesn't matter how small.
Anything else?
Put her hand up to her forehead so she could think. But then she shook it softly.
No. I don't remember anything else. I know that I've heard that song before, but I can't remember who I heard it from at all.
Did you dream it all when you were passed out just now, Kaguri-tan?
Dream?
Yeah, you looked like you were having a bad dream. You just kept saying mommy.
Oh, you yelled that when you woke up, too.
I did?
I wondered if that song might have been the key to bringing back some of your memories or something.
Well, no, I can't remember anything. I think I was dreaming, yes. And that dream was very important.
I see.
Sorry for causing all this trouble.
Both Daru and I knew that this was a big step forward. She knew the song that Mayuri was singing, and she said she'd learned it when she was a child. That would have been in the future before she'd gotten in the time machine, which meant that there could only be one answer. It was the future Mayuri who had taught Kaguri that song.
Okay, you think asking Maishi would be a good first step?
You're right. Said she only had to work the lunch shift, so let's head over to May Queen when it's winding down.
I'll go too.
Kaguri quickly stood up off the sofa. Calm down, we're not leaving right away. You should rest a little.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
And then her stomach rumbled.
Uh,
You hungry? We've got instant ramen.
And Mary's chicken wings and bananas, too.
I'd like a banana.
She seemed embarrassed.
Welcome back, Meowsters!
When we opened the door to make Nyan Nyan, the usual cat-eared maid was there to welcome us.
Oh, Green! Kagri Nyan too, welcome back! Hello, Ferris. Meow, oh Green, every time you've been here lately, it's been with a different girl. So it's true what they say, that you've mastered the aura of a popular college boy, yeah?
That's not it. I'm here to see Mayuri. I figured she'd be about done with her shift.
She was working in the kitchen today, yeah?
Kitchen.
We didn't have enough maids for lunchtime today. So we had her come in to help, yeah?
Hey, is it really okay to let her cook?
She really wanted to cook, but we had her focus on washing plates, yeah?
That was Ferris for you. He knew exactly who belonged where.
I told her she could go home, so she should be changing right now, yeah?
Well, we're waiting outside then.
Roger, yeah?
We waited down below for a bit before Mayuri came out.
Oh, Green, Calgary. Thanks for coming to get me. Is Calgary okay?
As soon as she got out of the store, Mayuri ran out and gave Kaguri a big hug. She had a worried look on her face as she peered into Kaguri's eyes.
Thanks, Mary. Yeah, I'm okay now. I'm so glad. You just fell over, so I was really worried. Sorry I worried you. Why did you two come to get me?
There was something I wanted to ask you. About that song you were just singing. I repeated the conversation I had at the lab for Mayuri. Can you tell us where you heard that song?
Maybe she heard Suzu singing it.
Suzuha was singing it?
That's right. After work, she studies a lot at the lab. In rainy days, Suzu does her training outside, like push-ups and sit-ups and stuff. When she finishes her training, she always takes a shower. After she comes out, she looks out the window at the rain as she dries her hair. And when she does, she always softly sings this song. I never asked her what it's called, though.
I see. So maybe it wasn't a song from the future then. Like a song that was popular with people in the 2030s, maybe. Maybe Kaguri learned it at the same time that Suzuha did. Maybe we should ask Suzuha next.
You're right.
I've come this far, so I'll stay with you until we find out.
Really? Thank you.
My relationship with Suzuha is probably still pretty strained in this world, but she would probably help me get Kaguri's memories back. Let's head back to the lab. We should be working at the Brown Tube workshop.
Maybe she will go with you. You sure, Mayuri? Yep.
Mayuri gave a cheerful answer, and then started to fidget as if she were embarrassed for some reason.
I don't know how to say this, but when I see you, Kaguri, I feel like I have to do something. It's like I want to protect you, or I want to help you. You wonder why? It's strange, isn't it?
Maybe it was the bond between mother and daughter. It was going to be a long time before Mayuri became Kaguri's mother, though.
And also, I think it's sad not being able to remember things. Mayuri. Thank you. It's fine. Let's all do our best.
And so the three of us went back to the lab.
Huh? This bike isn't here.
That's strange. It was here when we left. Just as we went to peek inside the Brown Tube workshop, Tanoji came out.
Hey, you need something?
Suzuha here. I think she was working a while ago.
Oh, she left for the day. Said she had something to do this afternoon. Seemed pretty serious.
Did you ask what it was?
Nope, I'm not interested in getting involved in my part-timers' private lives.
That was all he said before he headed back into the shop.
I wonder where she went. What do you suppose she had to do?
I hoped it was nothing serious. I'll try Ryan. Fine. I think I've got a hint for Kaguri's memories. There's some things I want to ask you. Where are you?
Go curry.
Go curry? Was she eating a late lunch? Was that important? Let's go check it out. Wow, that was amazing! The winner of this month's Go-Go Curry Akihabara eating contest is... the first person in store history to win 3 in a row! The Silent Slaughterer!
Wow, where'd she fill that curry into her tiny body?
She's the goddess of curry. The goddess of curry has appeared before us.
She sure slaughtered that curry. If you told me she was a real assassin, I'd believe it.
Congratulations to our winner, the Silent Slaughterer! Wow.
Wow.
Was this what Suzuha had been up to? The store had said she'd won 3 times in a row, and the customer seemed to know her. Did that mean she was a regular? Suzuha made her way over to us through the cheering crowds.
Phew. Huh? What's wrong, you three? Sorry, the tournament was just about to begin, so I didn't have time to type out a longer response. Oh, I can't believe you ate that big plate of curry. Eat what you can when you can. You need that nutrition to survive on the battlefield. The battlefield? Did I hear that wrong?
It's probably better not to think about it.
So, Uncle, what was this about a clue to Kaguri's memories?
I explained what had happened so far.
Huh? You heard me singing? Should have said something, Big Sis Mayu. You were so cute when you were singing. I thought if I said something, you'd stop. You're so mean.
So, where'd you hear that song?
Mom used to sing it.
Yuki did?
Huh? Yuki? Your mom's name is Yuki too?
Oops. 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 No, that's not it. Yuki's nickname is Mom.
That's right. I just always call her that. Yuki? So, how'd she get that nickname? Sorry, we can talk about that some other time. Uncle, over here.
Suzuha and I stood a little away from Kaguri.
Listen, is there really any point in hiding the truth about Mom from her?
Her memories might not come back, so it's smarter not to tell her, I think.
I see. I'd like to avoid that if we can.
So Yuki taught you that song in the future, right?
Of course. She used to sing it as she cooked, so I learned it that way.
I was getting confused. What was going on here? When Kaguri was little, she learned it from you or Yuki?
No way. Kaguri only became Big Sis Mayu's adopted daughter after Mom died. And I've never sung it for anyone. I've never let Kaguri hear it. It was all I could do to survive back then. I didn't have time to sing. I didn't even realize I had been singing it. She said she learned it when she was a kid, so she probably learned it from Big Sis Mayu.
I see. Which meant Kaguri learned it from Mayuri, who learned it from hearing Suzuha hum it, and Suzuha learned it from Yuki, her mother. Which means next time we visit Yuki, I guess. This is turning into a game of telephone. But even so, if we kept at it, we were sure to learn the truth eventually.
Gotta do maintenance on the time machine, so I don't think I can go. Take care of Kaguri for me.
Yeah. So that's the story. I explained to Mayuri and Kaguri what I learned from Suzuha. Of course, since I couldn't tell them about the future, I skirted around that part of the story.
I see. The next is Yuki, right?
Mayuri, can you contact her for me?
Okay, sure.
Mayuri took out her phone to call Yuki.
She's not answering. I'll send her a Rhine.
Mayuri gave up on calling her and sent her a message on Rhine.
There we go. Sorry this turned into such a big deal. Don't worry about it. You know, maybe she's having fun going on a walk with Kaguri. Thanks. I feel kind of relaxed too, talking with you like this. Oh, me too. Maybe we just get along. That makes me happy.
If Daru was here, he'd yell,
3 for the win!
Come to think of it, Daru had said he'd had something to do today and I hadn't seen him since we left the lab. It was probably something I didn't want to know about.
Oh, I just got a message from Yuki. I'm actually on a date with Hashida, it says. Oh, I see. They're dating?
I hadn't heard that they were close enough to start dating. Is that what Daru was up to?
Looks like she's coming to the lab this evening.
Evening, huh? That's not for a little while.
I don't think we should interrupt their date, though. That's right, let's wait.
If Kaguri wanted to wait, it wasn't my place to disagree. We decided to have Mayuri answer Yuki's message and then go back to the lab. On the way.
Huh!
What's up?
Green over there!
Mayuri suddenly lowered her voice and quietly pointed towards a nearby cafeteria with outdoor seating. Aha! 2 people we recognized were sitting at one of the tables. It was Yuki and Daru. The 2 of them were eating a sandwich together. This is... I don't know. I guess since Daru's over there and not here, I'll say it for him. Daru, normies must explode.
What do we do? We shouldn't get in the way.
This isn't something you get to see every day, is it?
That's very true.
Mayuri's eyes were filled with passion. She seemed to be truly cheering them on. Do we wait for them to finish and pretend we just happened to walk by?
I think she thinks that's a great idea. Sounds good to me.
Kaguri and Mayuri were getting excited. Was this really that exciting? We sat at a nearby table in the corner of the terrace, so as to not let them see us. We covered our faces as best we could and quietly observed the 2 of them. They seemed to be enjoying their lunch. I could just barely make out what they were saying.
Ah, Hashida, you've got some tomato sauce stuck in your mouth. I'll wash it off.
No. I'm fine, just fine. I'll help. I'll wipe it off myself.
Well, you never have a handkerchief with you, do you? Come on, turn this way.
If any of my bodily fluids get on your handkerchief, you'll have to throw it out.
I will not. Come on, here.
What is he doing?
We're getting along so well. I'm jealous. They make a perfect couple.
Do they?
They do! Of course they do!
I don't get it.
They look so happy together. That's so nice.
Mayuri was watching them with stars in her eyes. And then,
Oh. Mary, are you hungry? I was going to eat after work.
oh, were you? Okay, I'll order something. My treat.
You sure?
It's my way of saying thanks for helping.
Yay! Hey, you're so nice, Ocarine. Okay.
Mayuri's eyes shone as she looked at the menu.
I want crepes with lots of strawberries and cream.
Evidently, the place was offering a special in crepes today. Okay, how about you, Kagari?
Just ate, so... Come on, let's eat together.
Don't worry about it.
Thanks, I'll have the banana and chocolate one then.
Roger. I went to buy crepes, being careful not to let Daru and Yuki see me.
These are so good, I can't believe it. Right? Chocolate has just the right amount of bitterness. And the strawberries are good too. And Kagari saying, ah. It's good. Wait, what are you making me do? Oh, come on, you don't need to get embarrassed. We're both girls. That's true, but... Oh, you've got some cream on your cheek. Oh, oops. Maybe she will get it off for you. I'm okay, I can do it by myself.
Kagari hurriedly took a hand mirror and handkerchief out of her pouch and wiped it off.
Oh, maybe she wanted to do that. Come on, Mayuri, you can't do that. Huh? Why? Why? Because... You say stuff like that, it makes me feel weird.
Weird?
Yeah. Makes me really want to let you spoil me. It's strange, I'm supposed to be older than you.
Kagari's cheeks flushed red as she stared up into Mayuri's eyes.
That means you love me, right? What? Maybe she loves you too. Mayuri?
Oh, she doesn't really mean anything by it. Don't let it bug you.
She doesn't? Hey, give Mayushi a bite too, okay? Oh, fine. Here, say
Mayuri took a bite of the crepe in Kagari's hand. Someone else's eyes, it must have looked like two sisters feeding each other crepes. Of course, Mayuri would be the little sister. But it didn't look that way to me. It looked like a little Kagari was blushing and stretching a hand out toward her mother. I really did want to get her memories back. I could only imagine what the future was like after World War III occurred. But no matter how bad it got, families must still have gotten together to eat dinner. Maybe this happened in the future too. That would be a very happy...
Ocarine? What's wrong? You're spacing out.
Oh, sorry, I was just thinking about something.
You want a crepe too?
What?
Why not go get one?
I'm fine, I just ate. And the crepes look so sweet that I'd lose my appetite.
Oh, I know. Maybe she will give you a bite of hers, then, have one of mine too,
I suddenly found myself with two smiling girls shoving two crepes in my face. Come on, stop that, it's embarrassing. Without even thinking, I tried to move my chair back, only to get caught on the leg of the table.
Ocarine! Okabe!
Ow. The rest of the cafe watched me as I fell flat onto the ground. It ended up attracting a lot of attention. And as a result...
Is that you, Okabe?
What? Okamin, what are you doing here?
They found us. We explained to the two of them how we'd found ourselves here.
Jeez, you should have said something. Sorry. We didn't want to interrupt. Embarrassing to think that you've been watching us the whole time.
Daru's face was as placid as a sage's. Knowing that we saw him like that must have snapped his mind in half. So Yuki, how about it? You remember where you heard that song?
I do. It was really recent. I work at a dessert cooking class. I'm the teacher's assistant. You know how I love to make snacks, right? I'm still learning, though. Well, our desserts are really yummy. I see. Let's make some soon, Kaguri, okay? Yes, please.
Oh, nope.
Yes, please.
I tried to get the conversation back on track. So what's the deal with the song in this class?
All right. One of the students in the class is always singing it. I don't think she knows she's doing it, but she always looks really happy when she does. I picked it up at some point.
Is that student someone you know? Someone I know?
I don't think so. She's an older woman.
We played the game of telephone to this point and ended up with someone who had nothing to do with any of us. Maybe it really was common song, and Kagure had just happened to learn it without... Good gracious, let's try that again. Maybe it was a really common song, and Kagure had just happened to learn it from hearing someone sing it in the future. Oh, it was too early to assume that. Let's try getting a hold of that student. Yuki, can you contact her for us? I know you can't tell us her private information.
I don't mind. It's a class, sure, but it's not that big of a deal. I know her email. I talk to her all the time.
Yuki took her phone out of her pouch and started to fiddle with it. She seemed to be looking at a list of addresses.
Oh, here we go. This is her.
She turned the phone towards us. Seeing the name of a person we'd never met wouldn't do us any good, but we looked anyway. Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Huh? What? That name! That's Ocarina's mom!
There was no doubt about it. That was my mom's name. And I think that this is a pretty good place to cut it. As we continue this game of telephone cat and mouse weirdness with this song, I do look forward to seeing how this resolves, because I know how it resolves in the main plot line, but I don't know how it resolves in this plot line. Like, the side plot line, divergence, whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. But for now, thank you all so much for following my playthrough of Steins Gate 0, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now!